Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Horus, and today I will show you how you can choose the next weapon and how you can customize it to better fit your gameplay style. So I will use as a model this N79 Eva Laser, that is the new weapon I just bought. And I will go with you among the different statistics that you can check when you want to buy or to use a new weapon, and how you can fine-tune them to better fit your gameplay style. So when you look at the weapon for the first time, you will see the basic statistics. So here you have the damage fall off. So basically it means that you have the highest damage at close range, and progressively the damage will decrease to a new plateau. And with some accessory you can improve that. For instance, if you use like a gun like this one and I want to shoot at longer distances, I can try to put some optic that will increase the effective range like this for plus 30%, and this, as you can see, will increase the distance from where I can have my maximum damage input. So let's not go that way now. So this is for the damage. After you have the accuracy. So I will read for you the little statistics. So accuracy indicator how accurate your weapon is, which include minimum spread, maximum spread, and how quickly spread increases from firing or moving. So this basically, it's a stat that is important. Like when you will move, of course, your aim will be a bit, your accuracy will be lower because your bullet will be spread. So if you have a higher statistic, it means that when you move or when you shoot without aiming, for instance, your bullet will be really in the center of the screen. So if you need very accurate, like with a gun, for instance, or a sniper, and you really want to land all the shot in the head, for instance, it's better to have a high accuracy. So this, of course, can be improved with the mods. After we have the stability, that is an indication of expect recoil. High number are lower recoil. So this is quite simple as well. So when you shoot with a weapon, your weapon will go high after each shot, higher. And if you want that the weapon stay very still, you need a higher number. This is also important if, for instance, you have a massive creature like a Praetorian that is rushing at you, and you want to focus only in the chest, for instance, one of the weak points of this creature. So it's better to have a good stability, because then you will have less action to make to correct your aim. So after you have the damage, so this is quite explanatory. So just the output damage you will do with the weapon. The reload time, which is quite important, because generally when you will reload is not after or before a wave of alien, it's in the middle of the wave. So I found quite hard to recharge when you have a very long time, especially when you are surrounded by runners, for instance, or if you are running away from a big boss and you need to recharge for 2.5 seconds, it can be quite tricky. So after it depends your style and the difficulty you are playing on, but take in account that sometimes shorter reload speed can be the difference between life and death. Max ammo, so okay, how many ammo you can carry with the weapon. So this value will decrease as each time you will increase the difficulty in the game. So if you play on the basic difficulty, you will have plenty of ammo, but if you play on the harder difficulty, you will need to refill quite a lot. So it can be useful as well to have an extra number of ammo, especially because there is a lot of alien that need a lot of bullet to be taken down, so just to take in account. Stumble chance is very nice as well, the percentage chance per shot to interrupt the target's current action and cause them to stumble momentarily. Now this is important because when you have a big alien rushing at you, or you kill it before it arrives to you, or you can stumble it. So it can be with weapon or with your special abilities. And actually, the higher the difficulty, the more important they are, this stumbling option. You can combine this with crowd control as well. and then you can completely nullify some aliens. So I would say that if you have a gun that is made to aim at bigger aliens, like for instance this gun, I would recommend a higher stumble chance to really block their progression and their actions. Fire rate is how quickly the gun fires. So this of course it will depend on the weapons. Some weapon you will want a lower fire rate to improve the aim and the damage input, and for some other you will want the highest fire rate. You can also improve the fire rate with different ability, and notably the gunner that have one of the ability that increase by, I don't know, 4, 5, 10 times the fire rate, which is quite amazing to take down bosses in very few seconds. Magazine capacity is the number of rounds per magazine. So here in this weapon, you can see that basically you don't have to recharge. All the ammo are in the magazine, but generally, of course, you have 3 to 5 or 6 magazines per weapon. It really depends on the weapon style. Weak point damage. So this is actually very important. In most of the aliens, you have golden areas, or it can be just the head. And when you shoot at this location, you will have a yellow cross. This means that you are targeting and damaging the weak point of the alien, and this will increase the damage output. So you can see with this weapon, when you shoot in this weakened point, you will increase by 250% the damage, which is huge. And you can also mod it and increase even further. So this is important because when you want to take a boss, let's say a Praetorian, because this is the simplest example, they will have time where the Praetorian will or catch someone and be static for like 4 or 5 seconds, or will make a huge scream and they will take a lot of hair and show the chest, and in the chest and the back of the head there is like a yellow glowing acid structure. And if you shoot at it, you will make, like with this weapon, 250% more damage. Which is important because it means that you will kill the beast 2.5 times faster if you shoot in this area. So I recommend for higher difficulty to really try to aim at these areas. Generally it's the head or the glowing part of the alien. And after the handling bonus, so it decreases the time to equip, time to enter ADS, and the accuracy penalty for moving. So basically this will be the management of the weapon. So when you switch weapon, when you try to zoom, and when you try to move and to shoot. So if you have a high handling bonus, I assume that it will be easier to shoot moving or without aiming too much, and it will be faster to aim to the creature. So okay, this is for the statistic of the weapon. So if we check, we have 3 mods that we can apply in every weapon: the medium muzzle, the battery, and the medium optic. For this weapon, sadly I cannot change the battery, so here internal battery, long-lasting battery, the private, yeah. So maybe I will change the weapon. But so for this weapon, I told you the magazine capacity is at 100, which is the same as the maximum ammo. So this is because of this mod. So in this weapon, you don't have to recharge, which is quite cool. After you have the medium muzzle. So as I told you before, when I will use this weapon, it will mainly be to target the weak point damage of the alien. So I will try to have an increase in the weak point damage and on effective range. So for instance, this one, it gives me plus 20% in weak point damage and plus 30% in effective range. As you can see, the stats have changed. And now for the medium optics, so you have different options. So you have the big optics like this one that will replace the aim down. So when you will zoom to target, you will still see your character, so it will be easier to see your environment. But if you put one of these optics, it will zoom so much that you will just see the crosshair, like if you were looking through a scope from a sniper, for instance. This can be useful if you plan to stay very far behind and to use the weapon only to shoot long distance target, like with a sniper, for instance. But for a gun, I try to not like too much, because the problem is in this game you will be often attacked on the side by little aliens or a splitter and so on. And if you are not able to see them, you will have very hard time. And plus, I think in this game you need collaboration, so you need to see where are your fellow Marines and how they are. So that's why for this kind of weapon, I don't really like to make this option. After, if you like and if your game style, of course, use them. Generally, when you have an increased scope, you have an increased bonuses as well. So it can be a payoff. So here I want again I will take the same option. After, in this weapon the accuracy and stability are already high, so I don't really need to boost that, but I really want to increase the damage output and the fall of damage. So then if I aim for far distances, the damage will be still high. So okay, that's it for the Eva laser. Something that I didn't mention, there is also the statistic of the weapon here on the side. So you can see that so apparently in this weapon there is a heat overheating stuff. I never tried this weapon before. So okay, so this is the trick. It means that it will overheat, so at some point you cannot fire. And if you train this weapon, the weapon will get 4 levels at max, and each level will grant a little bonus. So here it will improve the hit regen, so I will be able to fire longer. Charge time, I have no idea what it means now. And plus 5% charge time and weak point damage on kill for 5 seconds. Okay, so overall it's just to improve the charge. So I assume the charge is the preparation of the bullet in the weapon, and the hit regen, it will be to fire longer. So okay, now I will try this gun. Actually, I can try directly now. Here I'm on the ship. So okay, so if I improve the charge time, I guess it will fire faster. This weapon is a bit special. And for the overheat, okay. Alors, the indicator is on the bottom left on the screen. You can see the heat. Actually, I think it can fire quite a lot. After, I need to try on aliens, because like this I cannot tell you. Okay, so I think it's everything I wanted to tell you. So okay, let's make a second example. Type 88 AVSR rifle, which is also a new weapon available in the new free update. So this weapon is totally different. So you see, accuracy is lower, of course, it's a full automatic weapon, and stability is a bit lower as well. So it will be higher, more difficult to aim precisely. The damage output is quite nice, 171 for a full DPS weapon is quite nice. Reload time 2.1, so it's still a bit high. Here you can see maximum ammo 450, magazine capacity 45, so you have 10 chargers. Stumble chances 15%, which is quite less than the little gun we had before. Fire rate 8.4, so it will shoot 8.4 bullets per second. So 8.4 multiplied 171, we are almost at, I would say a bit more than 1400 DPS, which is damage per second, which is quite nice. Weak point damage 200%, and handling bonus there is not. So if you improve this weapon, you will improve the effective range and the fire rate, so the weapon will shoot more bullets. So I think we can I think I will do the same, because at the end with this weapon I will shoot at long distance as well. So I will, this option, for instance, you can improve the effective range, which is nice, and after you have a plus 40% weak point damage for 5 seconds on kill. On the paper it's nice, but the problem is generally when you will really need this weak point damage, you will be facing a big alien, and if you didn't kill another alien in the 5 seconds before, you will not have this bonus. So I prefer to have this bonus from start, even if it's a lower bonus, but to have it during the full game. Here, for the medium magazine, you have different options. So this really depends the weapon and the style you want. So if I think the reload time is too high, I can try to reduce it. If I think the magazine capacity is too small, I can improve it using this option. I can improve also the fire rate and the handling. In this one, you have an aim assist. So I don't know exactly how it works, but I think it's like the smart gun. So if you land your shot not so close to the head, for instance, the bullet should move and go to the head. It improves the handling as well. 20% handling. After there have some option when you reload. Just after the reloading, for some seconds, you can have some bonuses. So really depend on your style. But for this one, I think I will go with a bit of everything. And after, if you really want ammo, maybe it's this one that I will use. The drum magazine, so it will increase the magazine capacity and the maximum ammo you can carry, which is quite nice. And there is a bonus that when you finish the magazine, it will reload 25% faster. And this is important because generally when you are in the middle of a fight, you cannot, you will use the full bullet of your magazine, and if you do that with this weapon, it will recharge in 1.5 seconds, roughly, which can be quite nice. For the optic, I will not change. I think I will do the same. Before I was using the red dot sign, but now I prefer the bonus of this one. But honestly, they are both quite nice. Here I don't have zoom magnification, and here I have some, so I will show you just the difference. Okay, and if I go to loadout, and if I take the green dot, and you will see. So, okay, my controller that fall. Okay, so now I think you have all the option and all the knowledge to choose your own weapon. So if you like this video, you can give it a like, share it, and follow me if you want. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao!